Good morning. Good morning. New week, new routine. I will definitely need my sheet today to help me. I don't have it internalized yet, the new routine. Is there anything else to say? No, it's Monday. I'm a tiny bit sick, but that's no problem because the routine is not super intense, as we already know from the last weeks. This month is a lot about mobilizing, not about doing crazy jumps or something like this. So even with my nose and my ear a bit clogged, I can do the routine with you, which is nice. I think shows that it's truly something for everyone, I would say. Good. Let's start. We are starting with the legs this week. Start standing on one leg, just on one leg. Nothing else to do for now. Other side. First side again, and now try to rotate your whole torso. I keep the knee in alignment with the toes, so it's the upper body that rotates. From one side to the other side. Rotation we know already from other exercises, from the last 3 routines. Same thing on the other side. Do it very slow if you tend to fall a lot. So do the speed and the range of motion depending on your abilities. On the first leg again. And now I'm touching the floor in front of me. You can touch one time with the right and one time with the left. The standing leg is a bit bent, and you see the leg that is going back is also bent. You see, it's good morning style from the exercise good morning. So I am keeping the back sort of straight. Now it's not fully straight, but I want to have the emphasis more on the pelvis, that the pelvis moves, and not so much on the spine now. Good. We are going into the squat. And we stay in the squat for a moment. You can bring the heels up. If you cannot stay with the heels down, that's no problem at all. Yeah, that's okay. And if you can, or if you want, you can move a bit in the squat. You can move a bit the spine. Yeah, go down, go up. Warm the squat up in the morning here. Nice that directly after waking up. I mean, I don't know if it's directly after waking up for you. we go into these deep knee positions. And the next one is that we kneel. We did this in the first routine. I'm sitting here on the heel, yeah, stretching my toes also. And if it's not possible, you can keep the heel a bit further up. Also, if the deep knee bending is not good for you, you can stay a bit further up here. And we're going to the other side. Good. Now we sit in the shin box. This position we have, I think, not done in the morning routines yet. Look, my leg is bent here, bent back, and the other one is also bent. So this foot is touching the thigh here. And what we now want to do is changing from one side to the other side. So I lift my knees up. It's like someone is pulling me up here. I go through this sort of normal sitting position and I drop them down on the other side. Yeah. Lift them up and drop them on the other side. Lift them up, drop them on the other side. Lift them up, drop them on the other side. Always change from side to side. You tend to walk a bit forward with that. So I always adjust a bit for myself here because of the camera angle. I cannot move much forward, then you don't see me anymore. If you move a bit forward through space, it's, I mean, no problem at all. Yeah. From there, we go into position that we know from last week. We go into the seiza. And like last week, if it's possible for you to sit in there, if you feel safe, then you can go down, you can use your hands, you can go into this mermaid position, and you can go from side to side. Yeah, today is a bit more explanation, a bit less doing. Tomorrow we will be grooved in, and thus we'll have a bit more time with each exercise. Okay, you're standing up. If possible, you stand up without the use of the hands, but if it's not possible, then it's not possible. We're going into the 10 spinal positions. So forward, backwards, side to side, diagonal rotation, rotation, diagonal forward, diagonal backwards, diagonal forwards, other side, diagonal backwards, other side. Yeah, so everyone knows that already from the last weeks. We always did it. Now we're just going through it without stopping. I will say it for you, so you don't have to remember the order. So forward, backwards, side, other side, rotation, other rotation, front diagonal, back diagonal, front diagonal, back diagonal, and again forward, backwards, side, side, rotation, rotation, front diagonal, back diagonal, front diagonal, back diagonal. Okay. Now we rotate in the pelvis. Also something we have done last week. Rotation on the spot. It's a tilting rotation, we call that, because you are tilting the pelvis into the different positions, side, back, side, front. You see my head is staying on the same spot. Knees need to be relaxed so I can nicely move my pelvis. Change of direction. For the next one would be much better if I could show you from the side, but now, yeah, camera angle is like this. So I'm here on the wall, and I'm on the wall with my whole spine. Just the cervical spine is not touching, and I'm rolling the spine vertebra by vertebra from the wall. It's a wave in that sense, on the wall, touching the wall. I do it until I'm just here with the head, and then I'm going back down, touching here the cervical spine, and then continuing further down, vertebra by vertebra. Do it very slow. Yeah, make sure you're really going one vertebra at a time and not a whole section together. If you've never done this, then it takes time to figure it out. If your spine is very stuck, one after another, take your time. It's not about speed. It's about the accuracy in the execution. And from there, I'm going into a frontal wave. That was also a frontal wave, but on the wall. Yeah. And I start from the bottom, and it's the same action. I'm rolling up, up, until I arrive at the head. And then I roll up again, rolling through the spine until I arrive at the head. waving through the spine, one vertebra after another. Now I'm leading with the head. It's like diving into the water with the head. I dive in and then the rest of the spine is following, vertebra by vertebra, waving down. Okay, we're going to the arms. Look, last week we did this rotation in the wrist with adding of the elbows. Now we go for the next step. We do it and we add the shoulders. I just call it the butterfly. I don't really have a better name for it. The Ornithopter. For everyone that knows Dune. I haven't seen the movie, but I read the book. Maybe I will see the movie at some point. I saw the David Lynch movie. I didn't like it. I would have liked to see a Jodorowsky movie. Just some trivia on the side. Change direction. Start with just the wrist and the elbows. And then adding the shoulder. So the shoulder is internally rotating, externally rotating, internally rotating, externally rotating. The Ornithopter. Good. Arms overhead lifts. I'm lifting the arms overhead. Do it intuitively. Don't think too much about what you're doing. Just lift them overhead. Bring the arms overhead in some way daily. Should be included in any sort of training. Do it with keeping the shoulder blades down. Yeah? I stand like this. I go a bit to the side because I need to be close to the wall. But if you can, you stay more in front. So I keep the shoulder blades down. Not forcefully in that sense, but just see how much can you keep them down. And at some point they will need to lift for most people to give space for the arms that they can go up. Now we do the opposite. You bring the shoulders up. Yeah, you bring the shoulders up and you lift the arms overhead. And you keep the shoulders up. You keep them up the whole time. Keep the shoulder blades up while doing it. Go overhead, stay overhead. I lift into the elevation and I go into the depression of the shoulder blades. So shoulder blades down, shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders up, shoulders down. If it's hard for you, it's normal. It's normal. It takes a lot of muscle action. Yeah, so no complaints, please, if this is a bit harder. Okay. Sorry, I need to look. Ah, yeah. Our last thing. Empty arms. After the hard shoulder work, the more relaxed shoulders. So it should help you to get rid of all the tension in the shoulders that has built up now. Rotation from the torso, from the pelvis, relaxed shoulders. Good. This is our new routine for this week. Notice there are a few new elements in there. So there is this element of the shin box changing from side to side. If you were struggling with this, I would recommend to take a few minutes to go for the recording of this video. Go to the moment where I explain it, look at it again and practice it for a few minutes so it's there. And another thing that you might want to look at for another 5 to 10 minutes is the waving stuff, especially the wave on the wall. Also, if you want to see another perspective of it, like not metaphorically, but really practically with another camera angle, then please go to the article of mine, Healing the Spine, or here on the YouTube channel. Just type in wave into the search on my channel and you will find the different waving tutorials and you get a more thorough explanation, different camera angles, so that you can really understand what is happening. Practice it for a moment to figure it out so you feel also that, okay, that you understood what's going on. Because we're doing quite a few different exercises this week, more compared to last week, and from tomorrow on I would like to go more steadily through it instead of having so much explanation that takes a bit our practice time. Okay, good. I hope you enjoyed the routine, and more than enjoying, for me it's important that it feels good for you and that it is good for you. So I hope this is happening, and see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for being here. As always, if you write into the chat or into the comments later, if you watch the recording, that you have been there, that's nice, because it creates also this community feeling, and that's good. All right.